Hi everybody, hope you're doing fine. This video is a quick guide to help you master your spellings and not let any of those difficult and unfamiliar words stop you from reading or writing. I'm going to be talking about a few different ways in which you can decode these spellings, and the first way or technique that I'm going to be talking about is what we call at Sparkling Minds as split and spell. I have a book in my hand right now, which is The Little Prince. I'm going to be reading this book, and I'm going to show you how I might possibly get stuck when I come across a difficult word and how I would use split and spell to figure the word out. Okay, so I'm starting. Once, when I was 6 years old, I saw a beautiful picture in a book about the forest called True Stories. It showed a boa co. Okay, now I am stuck. Okay, I'm going to show you the word that I got stuck at. So this is the word that I couldn't read. And I am going to use the split and spell technique to break it. Now, first of all, what is split and spell? Split and spell is a technique where you're splitting a word or breaking it into its smaller parts called as syllables. And syllables are nothing but parts of these words that have a distinct vowel sound in them. Okay, say for example, in this word, I have con, or, right? There is a vowel sound in it. So that's one syllable, con. This is a blend. Strick, that's another syllable. And tor, tor. So constrictor, that's a 3-syllable word. This is how it looks. So I have con, which is one syllable, strick, which is the second syllable, and ter, which is the third syllable. So this is how you can break a really big word and read it, simplify it for yourself and read it with a lot more ease. And you also, it makes it more easier to read smaller parts of the word than look at the entire word and go like, oh my god, I can't read this. Splitting the word this way will also help you remember their sounds and write them easily. So this not just helps you with reading, but it also helps you figure the spellings out, like remember the sounds and recall them when you're writing, so your spellings are more accurate. Let's try another example. Okay, I have another word here, and we will try and split this up too. Okay, the word goes like swall, that's swall, one syllable. Low, that's another syllable. And ink, that's another syllable. So that's 3 syllables again. So you have swallowing. Another way you can cross-check if the number of syllables is correct is by doing the cookie clap, where you consider the word to be a cookie and you're breaking open the cookie, right? You're breaking the cookie into its parts, and the clap goes like this. So you go swallowing. That's 3 claps and hence 3 syllables. Coming to the second technique, which is identifying word families. Now, some of the words belong to distinct families that will help you identify them and read them very easily, and also remember their spellings very, very easily. I'm going to go back to the book and read a part that I read out already and show you how I can use word families to figure the spelling of a word, and also find out more words that belong to the same family, so I don't get confused when I see a word from the same family appear in my book again. So here we go. Once when I was 6 years old, I saw a beautiful picture. Now the word picture, how many syllables is this word? That's right, do the cookie clap. It's picture. That's 2 syllables. You're right. Picture. But do you see This is making the sound chur. It's not tur. I'm not saying picture. It's picture, right? So this is a word where I know that T-U-R-E makes the sound chur and not tur. Now I go back thinking, do I know other words that belong to this family, the chur family? Adventure, right? Adventure, capture, venture. Wow, there are so many words that you can figure out if you know that it belongs to a particular family. So knowing the family, you see how unusual the sound is, right? It doesn't have a CH, but it's still making the sound sure, right? So I can never forget the spelling. I figured out half the spelling of this word, so it's much easier for me to figure out the rest. So it makes it much more easier for me to read and also remember the spelling and write it. So this is your second way in which you can remember spellings. Let me give you another example. These were the chur family words that I just told you. What about, say for example, call? It belongs to the family all. So you go think about what other words belong to the word family all. A-L-L. So ball, fall, tall, right? So this is a way in which you can expand your idea of these words and also their sounds and their spellings and keep them in your memory and not forget. Right? So the third way or method or technique that you could use to figure your spellings out requires you to analyze the word a bit more. To understand where is this word coming from. Maybe it's a word that you've already known. It's not really unfamiliar. It's probably coming from something that you learned but is being morphed to look and mean something else. Before I go on, I'm going to read a sentence from another book which is called Out of Our Minds by Ken Robinson. You will understand how one word can morph into different words and mean different things when I finish reading this. One of the consequences of a narrow view of ability is a correspondingly wide view of disability. Okay? I am going to pick the word ability. Okay? What do you think? Where do you think the word ability comes from? So here is what I'm going to show you. Every word tends to have a root. Okay? The root of the word ability is able, which is an adjective. Okay? Because it's describing capability of something being a certain way. It's describing something. So able is an adjective and it is the root word. Now this word, okay, can be written as ability, it can be written as disability, it can be written as disable, it can be written as enable. What is changing? So the only thing that's happening is we are adding something called as prefixes and suffixes to the word able to morph it, to make it look different and mean different. So the word disable, in the word disable, you see dis, which is the prefix, and dis means to reverse. So when you reverse the ability, you're disabling, right? So you see how it builds your comprehension as well. And then there is disability. So there's dis, which is the prefix, and then ty, which is the suffix, and both these words are very different in function, right? The word disable is a verb and the word disability is a noun. Okay, so these are some of the ways in which you can master your spellings, and I hope you use them and hope it helps you.